It's been called the saddest zoo in the world, long been the subject of controversy over the treatment and living conditions it provides to its animals. Around 200 species, reptiles, birds, monkeys, and a lone gorilla named Bornai. For more than 30 years, this has been her home. An air-conditioned enclosure, no greenery, no direct sunlight, no resemblance to a gorilla's natural jungle habitat. She spends her days watching TV, walking around greeting visitors, just passing time. Hatta Zoo is located on top of an almost 40-year-old outdated shopping mall with empty tenant spaces largely devoid of foot traffic. For years, activists have been trying to shut this zoo down, but now with greater urgency, in the hopes that Thailand's only gorilla will not spend her last decade of life in the confines of a department store zoo. For decades, Sinjira has campaigned for the welfare of Bornai, and for years, the government's response has been lukewarm.
There always is a loophole in the law, and so there's no details in location, no details in the size of the cage. What mistake we have done in the last 30 years have to be corrected. It's time for a change.
But the campaign to relocate Thailand's only gorilla is receiving renewed momentum with the help of a celebrity. After saving the world's loneliest elephant, can Cher help free Thailand's last gorilla? It will be a difficult task. The zoo maintains it obtained Bornai legally in 1988, and therefore it has the rights to the ape's ownership. That means the freedom of Bornai will depend on whether the government will extend the zoo's license based on safety criteria.
We need to follow the law. The zoo's license needs to be renewed every 5 years. It expired in June 2020. We are in the process of determining whether or not the zoo meets our criteria before we can extend it.
There are also other concerns. Relocating her could expose her to bacterial infections and diseases. But activists maintain that it is in her best interest to be in a safe and secure sanctuary.
She has to come down to earth, find her the right place to be. How could we let her die up there? It will be a shame to Thailand, I can say. And we will lose a lot by losing one life of gorilla on top of the building.
Typically, gorillas live for 40 to 50 years, and at 35 years old, it is perhaps too late for Bornai to live in the wild. But maybe, just maybe, the time will come when she will feel the warmth of the sun on her body and the feeling of grass underneath her feet.